Okay, welcome back to our Caring for Our Watersheds finals. And our next presentation is from Clarke. And Clarke is going to present on Salix Phytoextraction. Clarke, take it away.
All right. Hello, my name is Clarke Schmidt, and I believe Salix Phytoextraction is a viable option for watershed restoration. So first of all, what is Salix Phytoextraction? Phytoextraction is the process in which plants absorb heavy metals from the water and the soil around them. And Salix is a willow tree, so willow trees have this ability to absorb heavy metals. So what is it that I did? Me and my friends planted eight willow trees around the Twin Creeks Preserve, and I also volunteered at that location in a live willow tree staking and helped to plant about 50 trees. On the left side of the screen, you can see me planting at the top one of the actual tree saplings, and down here at the bottom is me putting in some of the stakes. So why is this helpful? This is helpful because the Mill Creek contains heavy metals, which the plants and wildlife can be affected by high concentrations. The Mill Creek is also polluted with sediment from erosion, and it actually happens to be the #1 pollutant in the Mill Creek, which I'm sure you guys know, and that can suffocate fish and also prevent plants from growing. So this was my budget. I ended up spending around $587. If I was to do this again, I think I would not buy any dirt. I didn't actually end up using any, but the waders ended up being very helpful, and so did the tree stakes because it helped to keep the trees upright. And I just wanted to say thanks to some of the people that helped me. Pictured in this are my friends Kat and Eli, and the woman who helped me with the live staking, who is Sarah. She was very nice. All right, and that's it for me.
Okay, perfect. If you could stop sharing your screen for me. Perfect. Judges, do we have any questions for Clarke? Scott, I see you. Scott will go first and then to Pat.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Clarke, good morning. Thank you for your presentation. Could you comment, or do you have any idea about the, I guess, the quantity or the volume of water that can be treated by your willow plantings?
No, I don't know. I would think we planted the trees like along the Mill Creek, so it probably, I'm sorry, I have no idea, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's just a question, just to try to figure out the depth of it. So, no, otherwise it was a very good presentation. Thanks for your time.
Clarke, yeah, what an important idea, and to use the natural environment to help the natural environment. I'd have two-part question. How did you get interested in this type of project, and what kind of outreach and partnerships did you have to form in order to be able to actually complete this? You know, you said you planted over 20 trees as a result of it as well.
Yeah, I think it was more than that, I think, in the end, because like there was a lot of people at the volunteer site, but I'll answer the first part of your question first. So when I first started this project, I was kind of thinking like what gets into the local Mill Creek, like near me. I was thinking garbage and thinking what is in the garbage and that kind of thing. And it kind of like led me to thinking like, well, what plants are there that can be used to help? I wasn't sure in the moment like what I wanted to help. And I started reading like this thesis by this man who was mentioned in, I forget his name, but he's mentioned in my bibliography and in my original proposal, about how he went and he was working in like West Virginia, where there's a lot of coal mines. And so there's a lot of toxic metals in the watershed. And he was doing experiments with different types of willow trees. And he wrote this like really brilliant thesis that I just felt very like, that is so cool. Like, I can't believe someone had this opportunity to do that, like to go and experiment and test on these trees and for the watershed. I just thought it was so cool. And so I ended up looking more and more into it, and it just seemed like a very like cost-effective and still very helpful thing that could be done. So I wrote my proposal about it. And the second part of your question, the reason I was able to participate in the volunteer project is I was emailing like Glenwood Gardens about if I could plant my trees in their place. And they referred me to this girl named Sarah Meadows, who organized a live willow tree staking in Twin Creeks Preserve, which is where I planted my trees. And she got me in contact with her. And she basically went and like told me about like restoration and her career. And it was just very interesting to be in contact with her and learn about what she was doing.
Well, that's great. That's terrific. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Just one last question. Who did Sarah Meadows work for?
She works for you guys. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, she works for the Soil and Water Conservation District.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yes. Yeah. So Clarke, wonderful. Thank you so much for your presentation. And remember to log in Saturday at 10 o'clock to find our finalist reveal.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Good job.